getting the big, brilliant eyes in 21 days. And if you are seeing the recording and have any questions later on, please send them to me. And of course, I will answer everything. All right, so I'm really thrilled to do this particular course because there's so many new little tricks you can do, how you can lift your face, how you can get rid of puffiness around the eyes, and of course, how to remove frown lines and smooth the forehead. So I'm really thrilled that I can share that with you today. So before we start, I just wanted to, for anyone who's actually watching them, I know there are some people in there who have maybe never done face yoga before. So I really want to just, with one or two sentences, introduce you to it. I'm not able to ask you why you signed up, but I'm sure you just saw it somewhere online and then were intrigued by it to come and try it out. Face yoga basically is a natural way to tighten, tone, and lift your face. And it is actually a beautiful modality. We have over 60 muscles in our face. Looks a bit like that. Here you can get a flavor of it. Some are shorter muscles, some are very long muscles, which goes all the way over the head. And we will work with that today as well, because it's so important for the whole eye area here. Then we have some shorter muscles around the mouth here again, and some round and circular muscles like the one around the eye as well. And so I will slowly introduce you to these different muscles, especially for this entire upper area. And it is really fascinating how specific we can work. We have over 90 exercises. Of course, I will not show you 90 exercises, but like a really beautiful sequence so that you can practice at home. The three pillars of face yoga are becoming aware, what we do with our face, with our facial muscles, to look at the entire alignment of the body, because our body is totally influencing the entire facial muscles and vice versa. If we have any tension in the face, that's also reflected in the body. And of course, just like training the muscles, releasing tension from the muscles. So over the course, you will get familiarized with all of them. And before we start, I just want to invite you to start with taking a picture. Now, a picture of the face is very valuable. It's kind of, like something you can come back later to in order to see, did I actually make any difference? What happened? Sometimes after maybe after 2 or 3 weeks, you think, oh, nothing is really happening, or maybe it's after a little longer period even. And so it's really great to come back to these pictures and have a close look, because we are often very critical and say, oh, nothing happens. But then if you zoom in, you see that the changes are occurring. Now, that means I give you a moment. So if you see the replay, you might want to stop it for a moment, take a picture, one from the front and one from each side. Now do take a picture without expression. So it's a bit like the passport photo. Yeah, like, yes, it is confronting, I agree, but please do not delete them, and take a moment to do that. And when you take the picture from the side, try to also incorporate your neck areas. Now, my question is also, if you see the replay, what would you like to get out of this particular course? Why did you sign up? Think about that once more. Now, I might actually ask Leonie, what is your intention with that?
Well, because I had that combination. I'm getting bags and everything's sort of drooping, and I had an eye injury 3 weeks I think ago. So that was the other reason too, because it's still playing up a little bit.
Mm.
It was the cornea that got scratched, So I think it's a combo just to try and open up everything. And I'm starting to see lines again on my forehead. So, yeah, whatever can be done
Yes, of
would be
course.
great.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So, yes, generally speaking, when we work with the eyes, it's actually also positively affecting your inner eye muscles. Like in the eye area or around the eye and around the eyeball, we have muscles, which are, of course, moving your eyeball, but we also have even deeper inside small muscles which are helping you to focus. And the reason why we are losing our eyesight, and it might happen to you, it might actually speak to you what I'm saying right now, is because we most of the time, a lot of people now work in front of computers and focus on the same distance all the time. That means what the actual small muscles, which are usually adjusting your entire vision, are stuck in one position. And not only for a minute or two. Like if I constantly focus, for example, if I'm at the computer, usually it's a certain distance, and I focus exactly on that distance to see, read, type, and all that. But because we hardly interrupt, that's very straining for the inner eye muscles. So the thing is basically number one tip already before we do anything else, make sure to look away in between from your computer. The eye exercises we do in this course, you can use all as for micro breaks. I know it's sometimes hard to do that, but like seriously, the most of the exercises are maybe a minute, maybe two, but most of the exercises are 1 minute. So for 1 minute to do actually one face yoga exercise for your eyes will be so beneficial for your eyesight. And I've seen that many times. As soon as people start to really put that into their daily rhythm, suddenly the eyes can relax. There's much more blood flow for the eyes, but also the tension in the small eye muscles are actually reducing, and suddenly you see more. It's quite remarkable to see that how much the eye can actually improve naturally. Okay, so that's an extra little thing you will actually find with these exercises which we do today, because it's all interconnected. Okay, so I imagine everybody has done their pictures and also has uh, made a clear decision what you want to get out of this particular workshop. So the intentions is really important so that we can set even in a deeper level of our unconscious that we are wanting to change something to the positive. All right, so let me just show you once more my little chart here. So as I said already, I want to actually start here with the upper part. Yeah, like this particular muscle starts just above your eyebrow, goes all the way over the head. There is some fascia in between, and then there's another muscle in the back. And it's affecting even the back of your neck. And in the back of your neck, in the very top part, that's where our three most important nerves for seeing are also going through. So if you have tension in the very upper part of your neck, then it presses onto these nerves, which are actually helping you to see. And it can, so, for example, that happens when you have any injuries in the neck. Very often your eyesight starts to be diminished as well. And that's the factor because they're pressing onto this particular nerves. So we will do some exercise to release tension here around this entire part, and also, of course, your skull on top of it. On the skull, we have very thin muscles, but they're very crucial to any kind of heaviness. Like maybe someone of you, or quite a few of you, will experience this heaviness on the eyes. Yeah, like as if it's pushing down from above. And that has to do with these muscles, which I just showed you, but also here with the side, the actual temple, yeah, that muscle, And the whole combination that we actually very often open our eyes with our forehead instead of the eyes. So to find out how you open your eyes, take for a moment either your little mirror or just use your mobile in a selfie mode and have a look at your forehead. Just find out, explore what happens there. What do you see? What do you see there? Are there any lines on the forehead? Horizontal or maybe vertical, like the frown lines? Are there the other eyes are both on the same height, like the eye and the eyebrow, or maybe one is higher up, like that, or lower down? Yeah. How's it with the size of the eyes, the right and left? Is it the same size, or maybe one looks smaller and the other one bigger? Do you have any wrinkles around the eye? Like maybe here on the side, the crow's feet, or here underneath? Do you see puffiness? And maybe the puffiness is around the entire eye, the top part as well as the bottom part. Now, I like you to open your eyes. Open your eyes really wide as you can, and have a look where the activity is on your face. Do you have activity around the eyes? Maybe you open it here with these muscles, like there are suddenly some wrinkles. Really open it wider than you normally would, and have a look what happens. And then relax. Anyone opening the eyes with this part here? Yeah, I get a few knots here. Okay, right? So that means actually coming back to my chart. That means at that point, here's your eye muscle. And under this very big muscle, there is a smaller one as well. So they actually normally should open the eyes. But a lot of us are actually opening the eyes with these muscles, the forehead muscle. And not only when we are opening the eyes a little bit, a lot, like really big, but even a little bit. So suddenly this muscle is completely taking over the activity of opening the eyes. And this muscle becomes more and more dormant. So what happens is, and that's how I started as well with face yoga, I didn't open my eyes properly. They were kind of on half mask. Yeah, like a half open, looks always a little bit tired and more leave me alone scenario, like so. It's like this constant pressure from above. And at the same time, I'm not opening my eyes. So, like I do this, or I don't even open them properly at all. Now, in the long term, that means the actual eye muscle, which should open your eyes, gets weaker and the eyes become droopy. So that's one reason why they get droopy. So we will address that with the first few exercises. What I wanted to say to the puffiness, did anyone notice puffiness under the eye or around the entire eye? Yes, and again, everybody is actually nodding. Okay, so there is a really interesting correlation. It's not only the heaviness on the eye, which we will address today, but there is something else. Our lymph drainage for the entire face is here on the side. Now, if you sleep on the side, something like that, yeah, it's so nice, so cozy, it's just cold, beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Here's a lot of tension. And your lymph drainage is actually blocked. So typically we wake up with puffy eyes, right? It happens very often in the morning, not so much in the afternoon. Sometimes, depending on if you have even allergic reactions to food or some other circumstances. But generally speaking, most of the time, the puffy eyes are very dominant in the morning. And that has to do with this as well. Yeah, like really having tension here in the neck section so that actually the fluids can't drain. All right. So, did you think that was the case? Did you ever heard that it's actually starting from here? So it's really interesting to see that, and we will do some beautiful movements so that we actually release the puffiness here around this entire section. All right. So to start out with, I want you to understand what do you do when you spontaneously sit down. For that, I invite you to a small internal journey. So place your feet on the ground. Have the knees hip wide apart. Try not to lean against the backrest. Just sit freely. If you are sitting on the floor, that's totally fine too. Then just concentrate on your tailbone instead of the feet. And I invite you to close your eyes for a moment so that you really can tune in. Feel your feet on the ground and notice how they actually connect to the floor. Feel your lower legs and knees. Feel your thighs. And take a moment to tune into your thighs. Where's your weight? Is it right in the middle, balanced, or is it maybe shifted more to one or the other side? Or maybe to the front or back? No need to change it, just to become aware. Then bring your awareness to your lower back. Are your back muscles relaxed or are they tight, trying to hold you up? Notice the small movement in the rib cage with each in and out breath. It's just a natural rhythm. Feel your shoulders. Feel your neck and throat. And for a moment, really tune in the upper top area of your neck, the one I mentioned before. Is there some tension? Is it relaxed? Maybe it's hard to hold the head that way. And also take a moment to find out, is your chest open or maybe the shoulders are slightly curled in? Again, you don't need to change it. Just become aware what happens when you spontaneously sit down. Then let's shift the awareness to your jaw. To your cheeks. To your mouth and lips. Feel your nose. Feel your eyes. Just take a little bit longer there. Just really explore it. Do you have tension on the eyes? Or maybe they're jittering, like the eyelids are jittering a little bit. Is there any heaviness or even pain in the eyes? Then shift your awareness to your forehead. Feel if there's any tension between your eyebrows or on your forehead. Or maybe it's completely relaxed. Go a little bit further up to your skull. The entire eye area is connected to the skull muscles, which are covering our entire skull, right, left, top. So take a moment to tune into that. It might be completely unfamiliar for you. Or you hear the first time that there are actually muscles on that bone. And then I invite you to take a deep breath in, slowly inhaling through your nose. It's a slow and deep inhalation, filling your chest, filling your entire belly. And then exhale through the nose. And one more time, breathing in. Inhaling, follow the breath through the windpipe, down into your lungs. And exhaling through the nose. And one more time, breathing in. Follow the breath down into your lungs, down into your belly, in your pelvis. And then exhale. Beautiful. And come back to your normal rhythm of inhalation and exhalation. And slowly open your eyes. So what did you notice when we traveled through the body? Was it in the middle? Was it shifted to one or the other side? Welcome, Teresa. How was it for you?
For me, I'm very kind of stable on my left hand leg and side, and my right hand leg is just like up and not stable at all. And I know it sounds crazy when you're sitting down, but it's just all kind of good this side, and this side it's a little bit up in the air. And when we came to the eyes, I realized it was just here that's really tense here, across the here. And
Yeah.
then going up a bit, but here's where it really was, which was really interesting. Yeah.
Yes. And you know, it's a very common area.
Really,
A
yeah,
lot of people have this,
yeah.
almost
Just across
constant pressure.
the
Yeah.
eyebrow to the top eyelid, and of
Yeah.
course this, of course, we know we yeah, of course, in the scalp, the side, all of it. Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. That's really good. So
mm,
the whole exercise is really to become aware what we do,
yeah,
because we all have certain patterns in our body. And so that's influencing how all the muscles in the face are actually reacting.
mm,
And so the moment you become aware, that means I can change it also. I get choices,
mm,
right? So awareness has a lot to do with face yoga. Like that's how we retrain. And then suddenly it becomes second nature. Yeah, it's not
mm,
like that you forever try to retrain. You come back into a position which is great, and then it becomes second nature.
mm.
Thank you so much. Okay, so just Leonie, just because you mentioned that you had the injury in the eye, what did you notice when you actually tuned into your eye area?
Well, my eye was, this side is heavier, definitely heavier. And my body, the rest of the body, I've had a lot of, if anything, lot of my injuries have been down my right side.
Mm.
So over the years, because I've been fairly active, and
Yes,
but this time I felt it as you were going through. I went, oh, everything.
is there. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
this one is still is feeling heavy. Yeah,
yes,
compared to this side, it was much lighter. This one was drawn down.
yes.
So fascinating when you tune in.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And I think that I'm not surprised that you say that because look, just imagine you get injured, yeah, like on this
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
So what the body usually does is like
Mm.
that, even if it's not, even you don't see it outside like that, right? Like maybe here it's just a little bit, but like this is actually the reaction in the whole body. You can see how diagonally, that
Mm.
happens. And then, of course, your body is your friend, tries to protect you. So it doesn't know if the danger is gone, right?
Mm.
So it holds it like that. And it might hold it for literally years.
Mm.
Just right now, working with a woman, she had years ago a huge accident, and we are now unraveling it, right? Because the body was constantly in, if that ever happens again, I protect this part.
Mm.
So it's beautiful how you said it's this heaviness on that side,
Mm.
right? So it's really fantastic that you became aware right now,
Mm.
and then to really work on that to bring the body in alignment, but also, of course, this whole eye area for you
Mm.
specifically. Great. Okay, thank you. Okay, all right. So let's start with actually, like releasing tension from here, because that is such a huge one, as we heard right now. And it's something, if you are struggling, for anyone who's seeing the replay as well, if you're struggling with frown lines, that is this tension, right? Like we're holding something for a long time and suddenly it becomes second nature. And then I say, look, I'm so happy I had a fantastic day. And we are actually signaling something completely different from our forehead. So it's like suddenly becoming this permanent tension between the eyebrows. And if I constantly open my eyes like this, and like everybody here said, yep, I actually use that part and not my eyes. So that means there's a constant pressure here on the forehead. I just want to show you that. This is how the muscles on the skull look. We have, for example, this really big one. We will work with this one, this grayish one. Yeah. So it's not that one that's on top, but there is this gray muscle and it goes all the way. You can see it goes all the way to the eye socket till here, and it's even connecting to your jaw. Yeah. So there's it's like a huge plate here on the side. And we'll demonstrate it in a second when it actually jumps into action. Often we have tension, permanent tension in here. And the other one, I mentioned that already, is this structure. And again, if I have a lot of tension here, because that's how I open constantly my eyes and I'm talking and telling whole stories like that, then this tension also never relaxes. And it has this ripple effect all the way to the back, even of your neck, migraines, headaches, and so on. Right? So it's all interconnected. It's really fascinating. I'm always, learning every day something new. And I do that since 8 years. But I love the fascination also, like to see how everything is actually working and how fantastic our body really is. Okay, so let's start with with opening up the chest. That's the first thing. If we are actually curling our chest in, then of course I have a lot of pressure here on my entire forehead and sides as well. For this one, I want to show you today the shoulder rotation. It's a beautiful exercise to mobilize the entire spine and bringing you back into alignment. Somewhere, yeah, I have to mute. All right, I just keep you muted for the recording so that the focus is, in this case, on me. So give yourself a hug like so. Imagine at the end of your elbows, there is a brush or a pencil, and we will actually paint an infinity sign, so a figure of 8. Push down in the middle, lift it up to the side, Push down in the middle again, come to the other side, lift it up. And we do that 5 times in this direction. It's a fabulous exercise if you have neck and shoulder pain or lower back pain, because we're reaching every part of the spine, bringing you back into alignment. If you do have shoulder pain, when you have this hold, then just open it up a little. Change direction. Keep your shoulders down. Every time push down, activate your belly muscles. Great. And just roll your shoulders, shake your hands and arms and everything. Now, Leonie, that's a good one for you. Yeah, because it's bringing everything back into balance and you're out of balance, right? Okay. Place the hands. This time we put the other arm on top. That means we're working on a different level of the spine. So what I meant before, when you have shoulder pain, when you do that, just open it up a little bit. Yeah. So it's not quite aligned then, but like that's all good. Like really to reduce that pressure. Okay, push down, lift up. My head is pointing forward. My knees are pointing forward. Once more. And keep breathing. So it's a constant figure of 8 or infinity sign. But because we are pointing the knees and the head forward, you really get a beautiful twist in the neck, between the shoulder blades, in the lower back. Change directions without thinking. Usually it's good just to change direction. Don't even involve your brain because it brings it all upside down. Okay. Once more. 5 times each direction. Keep breathing. I don't know what is for you. I can feel it. It feels really good to do that. To really move and stretch the body and relax. Now, let me quickly point something out. When you hug yourself, it's like this. So the elbows end up on top of each other. If I hug myself like this, besides that I can't hug anyone, brings anyone in, yeah, like you don't have the same input. So make sure your arms are not crossed. They are basically on top of each other. Yeah, that's the difference. Okay, all right. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so let's go straight ahead to the forehead. So the very first thing we want to do is release from here tension. So I will do that today a little bit different than some of you have been in my courses and know already the drill. But like I really want to actually release any tension we hold here, because that's the one pressing down, that's the one holding here. So it's a very important part. Okay, so for that first, just interlace your fingers, place them on top of your head for a moment. Relax your shoulders. Make your neck long so it's really relaxed. And we are moving right and left. Now relax your jaw. If you clench your jaw, this muscle is tight and you can't move it really. So I go about 10 times, right, left, not too fast. Then it starts to be activated. We want to actually open it up. Beautiful. Then back and forth, like so. And you can see I'm moving literally my very thin muscle up there. Yeah, like I'm really moving it back and forth to release. Remember to relax your jaw and your shoulders. Again, 10 times. Then take your hand, place it on your forehead, and we go up and relax. Up, drop your shoulders and relax. Up and relax. So I'm not pushing down, up. I only relax it. I'm moving my forehead and relax. I move my forehead and relax. Again, we do 10 times. Relax your jaw, don't clench your teeth. One more time, up and relax all together. Just roll your shoulders, move everything a little bit. Just want to demonstrate what happens if you clench your teeth. Yeah, like place your fingers here on the temples, like so, very lightly. So just that the fingertips can feel. Now clench your teeth and relax. Once more, clench and relax. You notice what happened? It's like, yeah, like the muscle is really literally popping out. So if we are clenching the teeth, we constantly have this tension on here. So that's why I'm asking you, when we do that exercise, relax your jaw. Okay, let's do that once more. Place the hands. Let's start with back and forth. And you can see my head is completely still. I'm only moving my muscle. Do you only go a little bit slower? Yep, that's it. Just a little bit, yeah. Great. Beautiful. You have the mouth open, Teresa, that's great. Right, left. Shoulders relaxed. No holding. Hands on your forehead. Lift it up and relax. Lift it up and relax. Lift it up. 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 Relax. Once more. And relax altogether. Now at home, when you practice, you can do 3 sets. It's usually the number for the exercises. And you can also do any of the exercises separate. We are doing a certain sequence. However, when I mentioned the micro breaks, so just pick one whenever you remember and do it. Yeah, like sometimes it's waiting for a friend, sometimes it's while water is boiling, or while you're sitting at the red light, in traffic, you can do that one. So it's a really easy way to integrate just by, spreading it throughout the day. Okay, all right. So now the next one, you need a little bit of moisturizer here on your forehead. If you don't have that, please get it. And I have some here, otherwise just get it. We don't need a lot, but we want to glide. Just waiting for everybody to come back. So the principle again and again is remember, check what happens. If you're in front of the computer and you concentrate, catch yourself doing that. Yeah, and interrupt it. And so a client yesterday, she came last time a few weeks ago, and she really focused a lot on releasing here. And you can see it, yeah, like it's just suddenly becoming second nature. Okay, here we are. So I have a bit of my moisturizer here on my palm. I do that. That's, by the way, also how I apply my moisturizer in the morning. I'm just dabbing it on and around the eyes as well. Very careful. The under eye area is the thinnest skin in your entire body. So I just placed it everywhere. And here, of course, as well, the neck. So it's no longer pull and push and rubbing it in. It's just dabbing it on. So easy to do with your fingertips or your palms. And the rest, if you have more, you can even put on your entire arms or body, like it's a nice one to have. Okay, so the next exercise is called the smooth forehead. And what we do, we actually glide our hands over it. That's why we needed a bit of moisturizer. Gliding. And remember again, keep the jaw relaxed. Gliding. 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 And you can see I keep my hands completely connected to the forehead. I'm basically telling the forehead, relax, right? That's what happens. It's picking that up. Sounds weird and wonderful, but the tissue is actually learning what to do. And usually it feels also quite nice. And just relax for a moment. This particular area is really beautiful to touch and leave your hand there if you're very stressed. Yeah, like in a stressful moment, we automatically do that even. If someone is unwell, that's what we do. We place our hand on the forehead. It's just intuitively. But literally here, there are lots of points which actually help you to reset the whole body emotionally as well. So if there's a lot of stress, this is a good one to just hold it there for a moment. Let's do that one more time, gliding over the forehead. And I go all the way to my temples even, yeah, like going across, going across, going across. Yes, that's it. And Leonie, with your exercise might be a nice way to close your eyes and gently strive over it, just glide over it. You don't need to have your eyes open. And that's, of course, true too for everyone. And then drop your hands. Just keep your eyes closed or close them if you haven't done that yet. Feel your forehead. Keep breathing. Slowly open your eyes. Okay. Now let's pinch the eyebrows. Around the eyebrows here, we have lots of small muscles as well. Here in the middle, of course, is the one for the frown lines. So if you are someone who has deep frown lines, these are your muscles. Yeah, one is here, and these are actually two. It looks like one little mushroom here, but like there are two. So if we have a lot of tension, that's where we activate the muscles, right? So that is one. And then just here around, you can see there's a really fat muscle just across the eyebrow area as well, which is one of our biggest eye muscles. So along here, when we have pressure on the eyes, we have a lot of tension here. Yeah, like it literally comes from this section. So let's just pinch that. So pinching, what I mean with that, I'm using my index finger and my thumb. I place it here in the inner corner and I pinch. One. Then I go to the next little section, pinch again. I do that quite firmly, but of course I leave that up to you to listen to your body. I go again a little bit further out, just in increments to the outside, towards the outside. And I get about 5 pinches in there. So let's do that again. In the middle. Next one. It's also activating the blood and lymph flow around the eye. So it's a really nice one to stimulate at the same time. And you're stimulating some very important acupressure points. And once more, pinch. pinch, 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 and again, pinch, 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 pinch. One more time, pinch, 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 pinch. And yes, Leonie.
With the moisturizer, with me, my finger is sort of, it's pinching,
Slipping.
but then sliding off.
Okay.
Is it?
Take a little bit off. Take a little bit off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I
Definitely.
thought I'd just
Take a
check
little bit
because
off.
it's like
Okay,
pinching but sliding. So is it best to pinch and then just hold?
I hold it for a moment.
Yeah, because I'm sliding.
Yes. So yeah,
All right.
if that is so, that was actually, thank you for saying that.
Mm.
So just take a little bit of the moisturizer off. It's then too much. Yeah, like it just
Yeah.
doesn't work. Okay. So yeah, okay. So let's do it once more. So start in the middle, hold it. Now it's up to you if you keep your eyes open or closed. I actually like it that I close my eyes, but you can keep it open as well. And then you just go slowly, tiny little bit further to the outside, hold it again. It usually feels really nice to have this bit of a stretch for these muscles. And a little bit further out again. And once more. And once more. So the last one, you mainly have the skin and the actual acupressure point. And relax. So can you feel that? Can you feel this whole area here getting opened up? Yeah, releasing tension. But at the same time, because we do that relatively dynamic, we are also stimulating it. Let's do it one more time. Pinch. So when I practice, I do it about 5 times, not only 5 pinches, but also 5 rounds. And I really go in there. It's very rare that you feel that there is pain. It's usually just a bit of tension, and that actually feels good to go in there. Open, open, and open. That's it. And relax. Yeah, so even if you have very long fingernails, you still can do that. You just hold it a bit more to the side. You go along there so that you actually spread the entire area. If you have tired eyes, that's one of the exercises you can do. Instantly, there is more blood flow, more energy flow because you have very important acupressure points as well. Yeah. So if you feel like,
no, you go on. I just had a quick question about
yes,
it.
please. Yeah.
I did start to feel pain at just 2 of the points here, so I just went very gently on it.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
for you specifically, because I
Yeah.
know, like there's always this issue with migraines, I
Yeah.
think go really with what your body tells you.
Right. Thanks. So it's just really gently with it. Yeah.
Really gently. If that feels right for you, just go with that. And generally speaking, for everyone, it's very important to listen to your body. Yeah, like we all are different. We all have different issues or situations in our face, in our muscles, and so on. So listen to your body. Sometimes I might show you an exercise and then say, look, only go to the point where it's comfortable. And that might look very different from person to person. Let's say if I stretch my neck, someone does, oh yeah, no worries. And the other one does that much, and that's plenty, right? So really follow that. So I really love that, Theresa, how you actually are always looking after that. And usually what I notice over the years, it really works for you. Yeah, like you go with the lighter version. That's all good. Okay, so the next one is a real game changer. So the thing why we have here pressure onto the eyes from above, there are 2 things. One is this particular muscle, which runs over the entire head. Yeah, and we already started to open it up with this movements and that movements. The other thing that we have actually tension here on the side We will address that in a moment. But also we have here another layer under the skin, which is the fascia. And often it's, again, very tight. And that's what we will open right now. So I actually divide my forehead into 3 parts. Like I say, okay, here's an area, here's the middle, and there's another area. Now I use the side of my hands like so. I actually place my hands like this in front of my skin. I will show it to you in a second. So I use that part basically, which is on the skin. Of course, it's like that, right? Like it's so. All right, so I start here. My shoulders are down. I have turned my head a little bit to make it easier to actually access it. And all I do, like the scissors, I'm pushing in and out while I connect the skin. So I'm doing that. And I give it a firm pressure. Again, you need to decide how firm that is for you. If I do this movement, I can feel it's almost a little pinching. Yeah, that firm. So I'm pushing both at the same time. Therefore, I'm not pulling much on the actual skin, but I'm addressing the lower tissue area, which is a little bit lower than the skin. So just go and then do it again. Tuck, 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 tuck. And this is now a little bit more dynamic, so it's not so slow. I'm just pushing the 2 hands against each other in a way. Let's do that in the middle. Can you feel it? Yeah, like you can even see it a little bit. My side starts to be more circulated. Now let's do it here. And same movement. So the side of my finger is actually going really, I don't know if you can see it from the side better, but I'm maybe not. Maybe my arm is there. But I'm really on the actual skin. All right, push in and out like so. And go this time all the way until you are on the height between the eyebrows. So the frown lines, right? Like we want to actually open up that. Do it again. Start from here. The last bit is across here. Okay, once more. In and out, in and out. By now your head should be really hot. There's so much stimulus. Okay, once more. Start from the hairline, go down. And again, relax your jaw. Can you feel it? Go to that side. Again, start from the top. Once more. Once more. And relax. Relax your shoulders as well. If you feel like, wow, that's hard to hold it up here, you can actually do one side, mini break, next side, mini break, yeah? Like follow with that one here. Now you will feel it because we are above shoulder height. How does that feel, Leonie?
Yeah, I certainly feel a release in there by that. It's really good.
Yeah, so it's quite
Yeah.
strong, isn't it?
Mm.
So you really go over it, and make sure you are firmly connected with the skin. Yeah, even though we have,
So it's down, but you don't go back up. It's down, isn't it?
yeah, in this case, I
Yeah.
just go across. You could go up as well, but
Okay.
I just go across and down and go
Okay.
across and down and go across and down.
Beautiful.
It's more this movement than why do I go up and down just to cover that area? Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. But you could go up as well. That's no harm in that. All right, let's do that one more time. Let's start this time on this side. It's always nice to interrupt patterns, isn't it? Okay, so let's start on that side first. I do that about 3 times, going all the way. And you can see already I'm going all the way until I'm in the eyebrow area. Then I go to the next, the one to the front, and again, tuck, 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 tuck. Now, I bet you if you actually have deep frown lines, that's opening up. The reason why I say go that low, here's my frown line area. Can you see that? So I'm doing that movement there. I really want to break up any kind of nodules and stickiness of the tissue. And now let's go to that side. I firmly connect with the tissue, and because I push against each other, it's not really affecting my skin, but it's opening up any kind of tension. And relax. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel it. Feel this whole forehead area. Slowly open your eyes. How does it feel? So it's very alive, right? Like it's very alive, very open, and it's actually releasing a lot of tension from this whole area. Okay? Okay. All right, so let's just add the beautiful side here. Let me just have a quick look how we are going time-wise. Oh, beautiful. That's really good. So the side is the connection of this big muscle, which I showed you already. Yeah. So it's this whole muscle here, the gray one. By the way, these ones, believe it or not, these muscles are for our ears. They're leftovers, how to, adjust our ear position here, here, and there's another one here. So you still literally could do that. Some people are actually quite versatile with the ear muscles. However, so this gray one I'm talking about comes very close to the eye and covers the entire section here and even connects to your jaw. So in my jaw and, balance the jaw, balance the body workshop, which is all about balancing the jaw, we are actually talking about that connection as well. All right, so the side, the temples itself need a very gentle approach. So all I do with my fingertips, I just place them gently there. Close your eyes. Relax your jaw. And then very gently I start to create a circular movement. So very slow circular movement. So I lightly place my fingers on my temples. I'm not pressing at all. But I'm doing this small circular movement. And that helps you to completely reset your nervous system as well. It's a very nice movement. Remember, the jaw has to be relaxed. I'm turning a bit my head so that you see what I'm doing. That's it. Beautiful. Notice how the jaw is really relaxing with that. It's a wonderful way to reset the nervous system. And then drop your hands, keep your eyes closed. So you're not only resetting the nervous system, but you're also releasing tension from here. Place your fingers there once more.
Could I ask, Vanamala, are you
Yes,
moving
sure.
the skin? Are you moving the skin when you do that?
Okay, let me just see what so I'm placing my fingers.
Mm,
So I'm not pushing with my fingers over it. I'm actually leaving it there.
yeah.
Now I'm moving the skin. But
Okay, yeah.
yeah, a great question. I really love that you asked that. So it's like it's really moving the skin over the bone a little
Yeah.
bit, but it's small. It's not, I'm not pulling and pushing
Mm,
hugely. I'm just really gently doing that so that we get this kick in of, release and relaxation.
thank you.
Is that clearer? Okay. Let's do that once more. Fingertips. Fingertips are connected and stay connected to the skin. So I'm not rubbing over the skin. And then we just do this very gentle movement, circular movement. Keep breathing. Relax your jaw when you do that. And then drop your hands. Just stay with that for a moment. Feel that. And gently open your eyes. How does it feel? Leonie, does it actually relax your eyes?
It does. It's good with the elbows on the table and doing this, and it's very relaxing.
Thank you for saying that with the elbows, because of
Mm,
course you can do that. Then you don't even have to hold it. And
mm,
yes, it's very relaxing. So, from your injury, like as we said before, there's still cellular memory in there, like
mm.
holding and trying to protect. So to do that is kind of an invitation to that area to say, oh, I
Yeah,
can
that's
actually open my eyes again. It's okay, right? I guess big time goosebumps. Must be right what I just said.
no, it definitely gave me the ah.
Yes, and that's what you need. Yeah, like to get this total relaxation from there to
Mm,
say, look, it's okay. It's okay to heal. It's okay to let go. We don't need to protect that anymore.
mm.
Okay, so let's do a short break, like a 10-minute break roughly. So that you can get some drink or if you need to go to the bathroom, and then we continue. And of course, if you watch at home, just stop the video for a moment. I will do that too. Okay, see you in 10. Resume. It's always a tricky one to remember to record. Okay, do you have any questions so far? No. Okay, all right. So also, if you are seeing the replay and you have questions, please, as I mentioned before, send the questions in and I will cover that. Even if you, for example, couldn't come next time again, then it will be answered within the class. All right, so I actually want to activate the eyes a little bit more. And at the same time, we want to avoid that the forehead is actually jumping into action. Yeah, remember, like if we're doing this or that, that's not so great. It's actually creating a lot of tension on the forehead. So the first sequence we did this morning is really helping to alleviate this pressure from above and it's at the same time opening up these muscles. All right, so the next one is quite active, and it's a wonderful way to activate also your small muscles, which are responsible for focusing. As I mentioned at the very beginning already, so we have a whole set of little muscles in there which are adjusting each time so that we can see properly. All right, so it's called blinking, and the one or the other who has done courses with me might have done it before. The blinking is a way to not only increase the lubrication, but it's also bringing a lot of blood flow and lymph flow into the whole eye area. Now, the blinking looks like that. I literally blink relatively fast, and I put the challenge to do that for 1 minute. So I just will prepare my little watch here. 2 timers. All right. It looks like this. I actually just very fast open and close my eyes. Like so, you can see it's fairly fast. Of course, if you have any troubles with seizures, you cannot do that exercise. Yeah, like it would trigger that. So if you don't, then of course there's no harm in that whatsoever. But really open, close, and see at the end what happens to your actual vision. So before we start, just have a look around, how much you see, what's happening with your vision. It might be blurry if the eyes, the glasses are off, or it might be sharp, whatever. Just see what actually happens right now before we start that. Okay, so let's do the blinking. So it's up and down, up and down. And Leonie, you just decide how far you can go with that. If you don't, like if you feel like it's too straining, you just stop it. All right, okay, and let's start. Blink. Keep breathing, of course. We are quickly opening and closing the eyelids. It's a very strong exercise for your eyelids as well, and for the muscles which are opening your eyes. So keep on going. You're doing really well. Try to keep on going. Sometimes you feel it after a little while that it gets harder, but we are here in a group. We actually help each other, and let's just continue. You're halfway there. We are half a minute by now. Keep on blinking. It's increasing your lubrication. It's increasing the mobility of your eye muscles. It's strengthening your eye muscles. So keep on breathing as well. Relax your shoulders while you do that. All a little bit can help. A little bit more, a few more seconds. We are very close to a minute now. It's just the countdown of the last 5 seconds. And stop and keep your eyes open. Have a look. Look around. What's happening with your vision right now? And come back. I can see Theresa is nodding her head. What do you notice?
It was interesting because I've got some post-it notes with writing on my screen, on my monitors,
Yes.
and I couldn't make out any words. It was just like without the glasses, it was just shapes. And I can start to read the words now. It's not perfect, but I can kind of make out the words more clearly. Yeah.
Yeah, so the mobility, that's what happens with that one. The
Yeah.
mobility of our eye muscles and focusing muscles are changing.
Vanamala, can I ask you, do we use our lower eyelids for the blinking as well, or just upper?
I don't distinguish. Like
Okay.
the eye, it's a great question because the muscles around the eye, the big muscle which I showed you at the beginning, this one, right? Because it's an opening, yeah, it's designed to close at the same time so that we very
Okay.
quickly can protect. Yeah, it's the same around the mouth. So wherever we have an opening, we have this round muscle, and that can very quickly close it if need be. So that's how it's designed. But what we often do, we actually separate. We just say only activate that or only activate that.
Yeah.
So in the blinking exercise, I don't mind. It's like either way is fine.
Fantastic. Thank
You
you.
can use them both, really.
Yeah.
Right. Let me just see if I can get my picture a tiny bit sharper. I think something switched off. Where are we here? Yeah, okay, good. All right. Okay, so that's a wonderful exercise to freshen up your eyes and to wake them up. Yeah, like it's really increasing the blood circulation. It's increasing the whole mobility of the little muscles. All right, and you did really well. Both of you. I think Leonie also did the whole way, isn't it? 1 whole minute? Yes, you did. Okay, well done. So it's a good one for the opening eyes and activating it. Yeah, like when you feel like there's this droopiness and heaviness, just try to open that up. Okay, all right. So rub your hands, make them really hot. Hot, 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 hot. Now cup your eyes. So you're placing your hands right and left around your eye socket. You can lean on your elbows. Try not to push too much on your eye socket. That's just for a tip for your vision. But keep the hands there. It's a bit cold here in Australia, so you might feel it's cool instead of hot. And you can close your eyes underneath your hands so that they really can rest. Your eyes need some rest. It's a great exercise if you are actually exposed to a lot of screen time, even for 1 minute, to close the eyes and rest. And I keep my hands and fingers closed so that there's no light coming in. And you can lean your head a little bit forward so that you don't need to hold it. And keep your eyes closed, but take your hands away. So you see already light coming through your closed eyelids. And before you open, just blink a few times, just gently blinking. And then open your eyes. Yeah. It's a really nice way to transition from the darkness out again, so that the eyes are not like getting the shock. So it's a great exercise to really relax the eyes, especially if you have exercised it a lot, but also just you might have strained it by using the screen, and therefore, like your whole eyes are getting tired. All right. Now, let's do the binocular pose. The binocular pose allows you to do all kind of exercises with your eyes. And it looks like this. I'm actually gliding my fingers down and out a little bit. So I'm actually removing the frown line. If I do have a frown line here, this helps me to smoothen out any horizontal lines. And this direction helps me to open up the frown lines. My thumbs are right and left on the nose. And now I open a little bit my hands. So let's just try to get that right. Let's do it together. Place your fingers, glide down. That's it. Pull a little bit outwards. Place your thumbs right and left next to the nostril, and I'm not closing the nostrils. And then I slightly open my hand so that the side of my hand is connected to the tissue. Yeah, that's it. Now, in this hand hold, you have full control of your forehead, between your eyebrows, and even underneath your eye. Okay. Now, relax your shoulders. I know it's hard to do in this position. Now open your eyes really wide. If you feel activity on your forehead, you have that under control with your fingers. Can you feel that? You can actually stop that because this is preventing it. Really open your eyes wide, wide, wider than you normally would. And relax. You can even close your eyes. One more time. Open the eyes wide. If you feel activity on the forehead, prevent it with your finger hold. Keep breathing. Relax your jaw. I know so many things. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's looking good. And relax. If you feel like you never open your eyes really fully, that's the time now. And once more, open the eyes wide, really wide. Yes, you're doing well. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And take your arms down and relax. Just move a little bit. Now that's a really good one to open the eye again. Yeah, Leonie, like just remember to really open it up, activate it that it opens up. With this hand hold, as I said before, I glide down and therefore if I see I'm doing that, I can actually prevent it by just not allowing that. Yeah, like I'm holding it down with my fingers. And if I notice that I create a frown line, I just really have to spread it here. Yeah, like so. Okay. Any question to the hand hold? No, it's a bit unusual, right? But like this, you control literally this whole area and you can do all kind of exercises. Let's do it once more. Place the fingers, glide down, go a little bit to the outside, just a tiny bit, that's enough. And then open your hands. Side of the hands are connected. Thumbs are next to the nostrils. You can see that. Okay. Open your eyes wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And close your eyes. You can relax a little bit your shoulders. Once more, open wide. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really open up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Close your eyes. If it's too straining for your shoulders, you can always drop your hands also when you relax. And once more, open wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And drop your hands. Close your eyes. Let them rest. Let them rest. And slowly open your eyes. Yes.
Sorry, can I ask a question about the pressure on that section here? I seem to be pushing in. Is that required, or you just
It's just resting there more.
resting?
I
Okay.
mean, what I definitely want to avoid is that, right? Like, so if I
Okay.
would pull up from below. So if I have my thumb here, I keep this whole eye area flat. With the exercise we did so far, it's not really activating that. Yeah, like so if you're just holding that, I'm just resting it here, pressing a little bit.
And it's pulling down a little bit. Is that right? I just want to make sure I got the right.
Yeah, it feels like as if it pulls a little bit. So it's like really
Yeah.
flattening this whole area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that uncomfortable for you? Because I could see that you were trying to get it right.
For my right eye, the injured eye, that just feels like it's doing something there. So
Is it
that's why I thought I'd
uncomfortable?
just check the pressure.
Yeah.
and
Is it
whether.
is it uncomfortable?
No, it just felt like this lower section was opening, so maybe I was pulling down too much.
Mm. Yeah, so
Mm,
I'm not on purpose pulling down. I'm not doing
right.
this, right?
It's just a
Like
little
I'm
bit.
only resting it here, and that
Okay.
means I'm actually preventing that I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Thanks.
just it's more resting.
Right. Okay. Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, no worries. Pleasure. Let's do that once more. So you glide down, and that's with the entire handhold. It's not like, oh, I'm gliding down, I'm pulling out here, like it's not. So we are just gliding down, pulling out. We are not wrestling huge muscles here. And place the thumbs just in the position. It's more that the thumbs are almost helping you to keep that position than that they do much. Opening a little bit your hands so that the side of your hands are connected to the skin. Hold that. Open the eyes wide, really wide. And it might be much wider than what you normally do. If you do feel movement on your forehead, you can control that with this hand hold. And hold it another 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Close your eyes. You can even relax your shoulders. You don't need to hold it up. Take it even completely down. Let's do that one more time. Open the eyes wide. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Again, relax everything. And let's do it one last time. Once more. Down, out, all in check. And now open eyes wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Close your eyes. Let them rest for a moment. Gently open your eyes. Now that will also work a little bit on the puffiness around here, yeah, because we are creating something like almost flattening and relaxing, flattening and relaxing. So there's a bit of a pumping action. We have a more precise one for that. I show you that next week. But like the thing is basically here, the pumping, just like this position already, it's flattening that area. So it's like a little bit of an activation there. How does it feel on the eyes when you do that, to open the eye that wide?
Yeah, feels good.
Is it is
Was
it wi- is it wider than what you have done in recent times?
With you,
No,
probably similar.
just now in
Oh, I
day-to-day
guess,
life.
yeah. Yeah, just normally, yeah, we don't
Yeah, I
walk,
mean, like,
I don't
sure,
walk
we're not
around.
running around like that. It's like, oh, wow.
No.
Okay, yeah. So it feels good. So I think what happens a lot for your eye with your injury as well is like this opening up, gentle when with activity, so in different ways, and
Mm,
activate it as well because you increase blood flow, that it can heal better.
yeah.
Yep.
No, it feels more balanced for me. It's starting to get filled. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Good.
There's, yeah, some balancing happening. Yeah.
Yes. Good. Excellent.
Thank you.
And Sarisa, you wanted to say something as well.
I was just going to say, I find it quite tiring, that one. It's a bit challenging holding the eyes open that wide.
So what does it tell you?
I don't open my eyes wide enough, probably.
As I said before, like before I started face yoga, I didn't open my eyes and I didn't realize it. until I started and then went back and saw the pictures that I actually never really opened my eyes properly anymore. As a young child and youngster, yes, but now. So then it feels like straining. Oh my God, it's so much work to keep it open, right? It's like with the gravity, with the pressure. So the sequence this morning is like to reduce the pressure. And the other part is to reactivate your eye muscles. Because we got so used not to open the eyes fully. Yeah, like that's enough. I can see, but like, it's not never really open. So when I really open my eyes, it takes at the beginning a bit of effort and strength. Yeah, like, and you feel like, oh, God, that was exhausting. And by the way, if you start yawning in face yoga, that's normal. We do that all the time to release actually a lot of tension. Let's do that one last time. Okay. Once more, binocular pose, fingers opening up, controlling your forehead. It looks to me that you both managed to do that. Okay, open your eyes wide and hold it for 10 seconds. Keep your shoulders down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Just relax your shoulders as well. So we always do 3 repeats. And once more, open your eyes. Place your hand in position that you can control your forehead muscles. Open it wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. And once more, place the hands open wide. Hold it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And take the hands away and you can close your eyes for a moment to rest. And gently open your eyes. What is the easiest exercise to rejuvenate your eyes? Any guess? Yeah, palming is a good one. Yes, it's true. It's a good one. The easiest one is to simply close your eyes and keep your eyes closed without that you move the eyelid. Yeah, sometimes when we still think there's still this little bit of jittering. So if you completely just close it as is, wherever you sit, and that means you can literally do it anywhere. If you're in the bus or in the office, just for a moment to close the eyes, let the eyes completely rest, meaning no movement, no pressure. That's stimulating your photons. So it's really good for your eyesight to simply do that. And then open your eyes. That's the easiest exercise. And you need absolutely nothing. No one will look funny if you close your eyes unless you're just talking to them. Then they might look a bit funny. It's like, what is she doing? So, but it is very powerful. Yeah, it really helps the entire eye area to reset. Now, I want to repeat what we did today so that it's easier for you to remember. Yeah. And that means also if you see the replay, you even can just go to the very end and see the whole lot. Okay, first exercise. What did we do? You remember still? Yes, that's right. So the shoulder rotation. So when you give yourself a hug, try not to cross it. Really come over like that. That's it. Perfect. Okay, let's do that. And push down in the middle, come up on the side. The head and the knees are pointing forward. It's called shoulder rotation. Mobilizes your entire spine, brings you beautifully back into the middle. Keep breathing. We do 5 times this direction. And every time turn as much as you can to the side. That really makes a huge difference in your spine. Change direction. Don't even think about it. Just change it again. Go all the way to the side, all the way to the other side with your elbows. Your elbows are drawing the infinity sign. Keep breathing. Relax. Shake the shoulders for a moment. We place the other arm on top, which feels usually weird. If it feels weird, you're in the right position. That's it. Great. Looking good. Now push down and up. Same movement. We just established that we work on a slightly different level of the spine. And really push down, stretch up with the elbows and push down. And the elbows do this movement, coming down and up. So you're really having a good twist in your spine. It's a wonderful exercise if you need to come back into balance or you have pain between your shoulder blades because it's very hard to reach. So great one. And change the direction without thinking about it. 5 times each way. That's it. Beautiful. And relax and roll the shoulders a little bit. Shake the arms. Okay. Again, great one to interrupt your screen time. Next exercise. What did we do? What was the next one? What do you remember? Yes. It's called the forehead massage, interlacing the fingers, placing them on top of your head. Now, there are 3 different directions. So one is just back and forth. Keep your jaw open so that you're not blocking these muscles. So we are just going back and forth, opening up this structure on the skull. And maybe for you, it starts with a very small movement because you're not used to release these muscles. 10 times, and then we go right, left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we place the hand on the forehead, lifting up. And yes, you can relax your shoulders in between and drop and up and drop. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Shake your shoulders, shake everything. I know holding it up or above shoulder height is often quite strenuous. Let's do it one more time, just interlacing back and forth. 1, 2, 3. Relax your shoulders. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forehead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Roll everything a little bit, just moving out of this position to open up. Which one was the next one? Do you remember that? Yes, the gliding. That's right. So we were just gliding over the forehead. I ask you to apply a bit of moisturizer. Don't overdo it for the second exercise, but like generally, just so that you can nicely glide without pulling on the skin, gliding over, gliding over. Beautiful thing to do, especially if you're in stress. But it's smoothing out the forehead and at the same time stimulating quite a few acupressure points. Very, very simple to do that, and it helps you to retrain your forehead muscle not to get involved. And relax. Give yourself always a bit of a break between the exercises, of course. What was our next exercise? The pinching of the eyebrows. Now, I just see, the participants showing, and you actually are doing really well. So we use the index finger thumb, pinch, hold for a second. Next. 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 So it's about 5 pinches, and then you start again in the middle. And we do that whole pinching 5 times. And again, releasing tension from the eyebrow area and the upper eye muscle. And once more. And there's a lot of tension always around the eyebrow and eye area. One more time. 3, 4, 5. So per pinch, I go 5 times and I repeat the whole thing 5 times. And again, just roll, shake, whatever you need to feel good in your body. What was the next one? That was an interesting one. No, the next one was this one, the scissor. So the scissor is a really, really important one. We use the side of the index fingers, right? We place the hands on top of each other and they push against each other. It looks like a scissor. So we are doing this one, going all the way down to your eyebrow, starting at my hairline. And I go down and I do about 3 times the same area. You can see how much the blood is actually increasing the blood flow. Then we go in the middle. And when you do the middle part, go all the way down until you're rubbing over the frown line area. And once more, start from the top. So it's pushing against each other and being firmly connected to the skin. And a third time going down. Here we are. And then we go here on this side. And once more. And yes, I always start from the top and go down. The reason being is that if we have tension on the forehead, it's the opposite direction, yeah, like we're pulling up. That's already what we are doing. So with this one going down, it's actually flattening out this whole horizontal lines. Okay, so which one was the next one? Yes, that's right. So it's this really, really ultra gentle placing your fingers on the temples. The fingers are connected to the skin and doesn't leave that connection. So we are not moving in a massaging way. It's just a very gentle circular movement. You can see my fingers are moving a little bit, just the skin in that area. Ultra gentle. Relax your jaw when you do it. Fantastic way to reset your entire nervous system. Keep breathing. We do that for a minute or two. Feels usually really, really nice. Great. And of course, you can continue that as long as you like, but like it's really a gentle way to completely reset. Yeah. Okay. So one more. Which one was the other challenging one? The eye blinking. That's right. So I challenged you to do it for a minute. We just will do it now for a short time so that you see what it is. It's basically closing and opening the eyes quite quickly. And in this case, I don't care if you close it with both upper and lower part of your eyes. It's more the movement. It's increasing lubrication. It's helping you even with your eyesight because it's activating all the little muscles around your eyes. Okay, so it looks like this. You can see it's quite fast. I come a little bit closer that you clearly can see it. And the light comes in and out, so there's a lot of activity with your inner eye muscles as well. And you try to continue that for about a minute. Often the first 15 seconds is fine, and then it gets a bit harder. But as longer you do it, as better you get in it. And relax. Okay, so when you have done that, you can close your eyes to rest it. But like before, have a look how your vision is. Do it for a minute. Have another look what happens after you did that for a minute. And let me know. Okay, all right. So which one did we do? Another one. Yes, the palming. Now the palming is a beautiful nurturing one. Again, very important for good eyesight. So it does more than that, what I just said. It's not only nurturing. So you make your hands warm if possible. It's a bit cold here today. Place the hands around, I'm cupping them. So I place them around my socket, my eye socket. And I don't put a lot of pressure on it. You can lean on your elbows, do it gently, and then hold it there. Your eyes are closed, your lids are closed, and you essentially are just in the dark, and that helps the eye to relax. You can hold that for an extended time. That's really, really beneficial for your eyesight as well. But simply if you feel like, oh, there's tiredness, I can't focus any longer, fabulous exercise as a mini break. And then you come out of that. Yeah, you can do that really for an extended period. It's very good for your eyesight. Yeah. Okay, so we had one more. We covered quite a bit today, yes. So the binocular pose. So that's a tricky one, but we will repeat that once more with some other exercises. So we are gliding down. We are opening a little bit up to control here the frown area. Opening up your hands. Thumbs are next to your nostrils, but I don't do much with them. They're just in this position. And then what we did, we just opened the eyes really wide, wider than you normally would. Hold it for 10 seconds. And when you relax, you can even close your eyes and repeat that 3 times. So it's like this exaggerated opening, activating all the muscles, like the little muscle which is actually opening the eyelids as well. And it's a really great way to remove droopy eyelids. Yeah, like droopy eyelids means I'm not activating. Yeah, like I have, besides the pressure, which I showed you how to remove, but I'm also not activating. When you start to do that at the beginning, it might feel exhausting because maybe your eyes haven't done that for a long time. That was certainly the case for myself. Before I started face yoga, I did not open my eyes properly anymore, and you could see it on the pictures. Of course, I didn't notice that before. Any questions before we close our session for today? Once more, a reminder, if you do have questions and you see only the replay, please send it in. I will answer it in the next session. No matter if you're present or not, I will answer it so you can come back to it. Okay, so you have a lot of beautiful exercise to play around with. It's great if you really exercise this week, do them, like every day, and you can literally do one here and one there. You don't need to do the whole sequence. The sequence takes you about 15 minutes. Yeah, that's how long it took us to go through it once more. And that's with face yoga in general. Once you know the exercises, you can do easily. I have a whole sequence recorded, 35 exercise videos, and each one is only between 8 and 10 minutes, and you do 5 exercises. So it's actually not taking a huge amount of time to do it once you know exactly how to do it. Okay. Any questions before we close?
No.
No? Okay. All right.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
See you next week.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Vanamala.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you, Leonie. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, Therese.
Bye.